Bhuvanagurunisham Dakshinamurtidevam Jananamadadukasvedaksham Namami Chitram Gadam Shishya Guru Gurustu Nandyanam Shishyastu Chinna Samshaya Nidhaye Sarva Vijnanam Vishaye Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Namah Pranavaya Shuddha Jnanaidamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Mantra number 14. Uttishthat Jagrat Prapyavaran Nibodhat Shurasya Dhara Nishita Duratyaya Durgam Pathastat Kavayo Vadanti Ashabdamasparsham Rupamavdayam Tadharasam Nityamagandhavatsayat Anadyanantam Mahatah Param Dhruvam Nichayatan Mrityumukhat Pramuchyate There is a verse in Bhagavad Gita similar to this. While describing the samsara, what is the nature of this world? Nanto na chadir na cha sampradishtha. Again further. Nanto na chadir na cha sampradishtha. Masvathamir. Not Masvathamir. Most of them chant Masvathamir. Pratishtha. There is no adi, no end, no pratishtha. What does it mean? Here also, Brahman is also said so. Anadi anantam mahataha paramabhyaktam. It has no adi and it has no end. What does this mean? When we say it has no adi and no end, don't imagine it hang on in time. It's not time concept. No adi means it is not caused. It is not born. It is not affected by somebody. And as I said earlier, the word Ishvara in the tradition, it means Shiva, Paramatma, conventionally and logically also. I'm not saying Krishna and Rama are not Ishvara, but they are avatars. Since they are avatars, they have apparent birth, there is apparent childhood, there is apparent growth. It is all apparent because he himself says, Ajopi sannavyatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavami atma maya. So there is an unborn, ajaha api, even though I am unborn, but there is some apparent birth. Whereas Shiva has no birth, not even apparent. So that Shiva represents the Swarupa of Ishvara, which is not caused. So there is no childhood of Shiva, okay? This is all nonsense. Baby Shankara, sleeping, useless, non-thinking artist, not knowing Shastra, they draw and people buy, Hindus, dumb Hindus, buy it and keep it in the home. Baby Shankara. You may have baby Krishna, you may have baby Rama, but not Shankara. Na adi, na antaha, means it is no effect. It is not caused, it doesn't produce any effect. What does it mean? First part we can understand, it is not caused, not born, but it has no effect. Then where from this world has come? What caused this world to be there? What is the reason for the world? This is where the answer lies. The world is apparent. Technically we call it as Vivarta Upadana Karana. There are two types of causes. When somebody is created, something is created, that creation is possible because of some modification in the cause. The cause has to undergo some changes to create something else. Even standard example we give, the curds, yogurt is caused by what? Milk. But the milk has to undergo some modifications, vikara, caused by those particular bacteria. But it has to undergo. It loses its certain property of fluidity. It becomes like jelly thing. So it is caused. Even a clay, creating a pot, the clay has to undergo some changes. The potter has to put some water, needle it, make it like a lump, and then give a shape. It is a modification. It is one type of creation. The second type of creation is where the cause does not undergo any modification, but still appears. So many things are created, varieties are created. And that variety includes sentient and insentient things. You may ask me, how is it possible, Swamiji? So, we have two examples. One modern example is available. Hindi movie or any movie on the screen. When you see the screen, it is nothing but light. Different nama-rupas of light. Hero is also light, heroine is also light, villain is also light, fighting is also light, blood is also light, fire is light, everything is play of light. Just different forms. Which light which doesn't have form? The light which is colorless, the light which is formless, assumes the form, assumes the color, one that is which is homogeneous, one non-dual, assumes the duality. And it looks like what? Real. All the way real. It really there is a hero. Really there is crime. In one movie, hero lost his wife. And he was crying profusely. And when filmy hero cries, there is a music of the dong. They induce you to cry. So this mullah was sitting here. He started clearing the nose. So that means he was on the verge of crying. His wife Fatima was sitting beside. So the elbow is given for that. She gave one. I am alive. His wife has died. That's why I am crying. The lucky fellow. When will Allah look at me? He said. And it looks real. Same light. Looks so real to you. As long as there is ignorance. What say? Look at this is a very apt example for Vedanta. What kind of ignorance? This ignorance makes you identify with the hero. So they are different. This fellow is a witness. Hero is on the screen, which is mithya. But then this fellow identifies and starts feeling the pain, starts feeling the anxiety, starts feeling the joys. Tadatmya bhava panna. Any identification of two things which are separate is always caused by ignorance. So there is ignorance of what? Self-ignorance. Fellow forgets that I am sitting here. Fellow forgets that I am not the hero. Fellow forgets it's a play of light. That identification makes him cry. What is that creation? There is a creation. These are experiences, real experiences. This is called mithya. Upanishad gives example. Yathurnana visrujate ghrannate yatha pruthivyam oshade sambhavanti yatha satah purushat keshaloman. Then Swamiji, how come the Brahman, which is consciousness, creates this inert world? It can. You only create. What? Are you conscious? Yes. Then your hairs are what? Inert. Correct. Thank God. See the grace of Bhagavan. Suppose they were sentient, you have to go to hospital to cut the hair. Because he has to inject and make you anesthetized. Then only you can cut the hair. It is insensate. Your nails, it grows. I remember the election time, they put a mark here. The nail kept on growing. That mark went out of this pink portion, and now it is gone. They have an ink which you cannot remove by any which way. They make it short, but then it grows. Nails are inert. It is created. How? That is an answer. Listen this carefully. How can a sentient create insentient and sentient world? How can a non-dual create dual world? How can one create many? See, the buddhi is always cause hunting. It always wants reason. How? This modern generation is little better buddhi than us. They are always asking reason. Why? They want to find it out. Buddhi is asking for a reason for something which is not there. There is no hero. There is no heroine. There is no villain, no mountain, nothing. But still, why? Then you have to improvise the example. If you see this three-dimensional movie, with artificial intelligence, the project as though it is really coming to you. Why? The only plausible answer is some undefinable power of the Creator. In the case of this, is a limitation of example. Never ever an example will completely fit into the Siddhanta for which it is given. You have to take only Amsha. The Drashtanta, Dashtantayoho, Purana Samanyam, Kadapi Nasti. There is no more example, it is a synonym. It becomes the same thing. What it means is, here you can say that film creates illusion. Here what is the Advitiyam Brahman has its own power by which it becomes as though many, as though sentient, insentient, as though moving. How? Like I create my dream. Every day in a dream, that non-dual becomes dual, one becomes many, sentient becomes insentient. How? I don't take any external support. It is my power. That power is technically called as Prakriti. What is Prakriti? Prakarshena Kriti Yogyat. What a beautiful creation. Kriti means creation. Wonderful creation it creates. And the same Prakriti is often referred as Maya. Cause of a creation which is not there in reality. The dream world, which is really not there. What is the cause? Because intellect is cause hunting. A cause is given. But the tatparya, the essence of giving the cause is, it was non-dual, it is non-dual, it will be non-dual. I was avikari. I never underwent any changes. Even while the dream is going on, there is no changes in me, no intrinsic change. Even when the dream is folded back into me, no intrinsic change in me. That creation, this is such a creation, therefore it is called. See, listen. Similarly, the very creation speaks of some achintya shakti called Prakriti of the Brahman. And it explains the so-called multiplicity, etc., apparent nature of the creation. It is not, people say, Shankaracharya is Mayavadi. Nonsense. Shankaracharya is Brahmavadi. He doesn't want you to understand Maya. And Maya is something you can never understand. He wants that everything is Brahman. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma neha nanasti kinchana. Shlokardhena pavrakshami yaduktam kalpa shastra kotibhi. It is not Mayavadi. Shankara's Maya is not there. It is Upanishad's Maya. There is a word Maya in Upanishad and it is a fact. So he just uses more. That's it. It is not Maya. Explaining this so that you may see that everything is Brahman. Therefore, Anadi Ananta. What is the nature of creation? It is apparent. Tasma, the Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, it Upanishad says, this is Brahman. And then he says, Tasmad va etasmad atmanah akashas sambhuta. How come? From Ananta the Akasha comes. How come from Ananta this Vayu comes? If it is Ananta, it has to be non-dual. There cannot be two infinity, simple mathematics. So it is non-dual, still something comes, then it is apparent. And therefore he says, Param Mahatav Param. It is superior to Hiranyagarbha and Nichaya Tan Mrityu Mukhat Pramuchyate. Nichaya. Nichaya means having understood, having clearly understood this vastu, Brahman, that fellow, Mrityu Mukhat Pramuchyate. He becomes totally free from death. See, death symbolizes dukkha. Death itself is not a much of a problem. Death, anything that dies will always be born. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. When there is no death, that means there is no birth. And the birth and the death means continuous dukkha. Childhood is painful. People, so many WhatsApp come. When I was a child, everybody asked me, what do you want to become? They say, and then WhatsApp comes. And then this fellow writes, what a wisdom that idiot gives me. This WhatsApp has come 7-8 times to me. He writes, when I grew up, I understood clearly what I want to become. What? I want to become child. They say childhood is best. Nonsense. From your perception it is best. For a child it is painful. Think of yourself. When you were a child you always wanted to grow. Bada hona hai. Why? Because you wanted a toffee. Mother said no. You wanted yellow shirt. Mother said no. Wear red one. You wanted to sleep. Mother said no. Go and play. You wanted to play. Mother says no. Go and do the homework. It's all controlled. Paravashyam. The child is totally dependent. And sarvam paravasham dukkha. The child is most unhappy. You think he is happy. If he wants to open the door, he can't open it. When he goes out, sees the dogs, comes back. All fear, insecurity. It is not I want to again become child. You become child, you will have same problem. You think, मैं जल्दी बड़ा हो जाऊँ. Let me grow old. When you grow old, you feel like becoming child. It is not so. Whole life is full of dukkha. Why dukkha? What is dukkha? Please understand. Dukkha is centered on I. See, I am dukhi is a problem. The whole problem is centered on me. What is a me problem? Somehow there is a feeling of discontent I. I am not satisfied with myself. Unhappy with myself. Right from day one when I gained some self-awareness. Unhappy from the body onwards. Moment fellow looks at the mirror, I think I should have this, that. Hair also problem. He may have 6 hair, but he will keep it 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. He has a problem. In our days, only this hair was a problem. Now this is also a problem here. This hair is also a problem. Color of the skin, shape of the body, height of the body, everything problem. Dissatisfied. Emotionally, certainly dissatisfied. If married, 100% dissatisfied. Even if it is a love marriage, dissatisfied. There was always a crying inside. Cognitively dissatisfied. Swamiji, I am not rewarded as I should be. And they himself certifies, you don't know me, better I don't want to know you. In my office, all those inefficient fellows are positioned well, they are given salary, blah, blah, blah. This. There is another problem. Humanity had enough problem, those days also. With the social media, you have more problem. Dissatisfied with ASHRAM. What will happen? People come to me. Swamiji, desh ka kya ho jayega? What will happen to nation? And all such WhatsApp come as though tomorrow is a doomsday. It is Hindu problem. They keep on beating chest. Muslim did it, Christian did it. Talk about solution? Nobody wants to talk. They just don't want to roll up the sleeves and start working, inaugurating the problem. So many problems. Swamiji, this is like international scam. Adani. I said, yeah, it is. So what? Very bad. I said, very bad. So what? He becomes unhappy. You better do something. Social. Swamiji, earthquake in Turkey. I said, so what? So many people died. I said, shall we have a prayer? Shall we do some prayer? No, they are Muslims. Then why you bother? He doesn't want to do anything. Social media, 98% of WhatsApp I get is beating the chest. Already dukhi. adds to dukha. And if you have a teenage child, you had it. More dukha. That sense of limitation, centered on I, is the problem. By restructuring the world outside, to have something, to give up something, to change relationship, to change surroundings, or to change my financial position, to change my objects, pleasures, what all you seek, I want to see myself content. That's all you want, that feeling. That Yajnavalkya tells to Maitreyi, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam idam priyam bhavati. Anything is priyam only when it gives a sense of complete, sense of fulfillment. These stupid fellows, Western world fellows, they don't know this fact. At least one good thing I find it. On Valentine's Day, the fellow says, I am incomplete without you. That is candid acceptance. That means what? I want you to feel content. I want you for myself, not for yourself. And I think you will give me contentment. That is your thinking. That's your pipe dream. After a few days, he discovers that she cannot give me contentment. And she discovers he cannot give me contentment. Bye-bye. Atmanastu very clearly said Yajnavalkya, Nava pattihu kamaya pati priyo bhavati. Nava putrasya kamaya putram priyo bhavati. Nava vittasya kamaya vittam. You don't want money for the sake of money. With money, I feel content. That sense that I am incomplete is mrityu. That is dukkha. I am unhappy. That sense gives rise to desire to feel content. That desire modifies itself into specific desire. If I have this object, if I have iPhone 14, I'll be content, happy. If I have this car, I'll be happy. If I have this money, this much, I'll be happy. Then the fellow does karma to get that. Karma breeds karma phalam. Karma phalam breeds new janma. New janma breeds more new maranam. That's how the cycle goes on. So mrityu mukhat pramuchyate means becomes free from self-ignorance. He discovers the self to be complete. Atmaneva atmana tushtaha sthita pragnastadochyate. Apuryamanam machala pratishtam samudramapah pravishanti yadvat tadvat kama. He discovers self to be full like an ocean. That discovery releases one from this cycle of birth and death. Therefore Shankaracharya ji writes here, Avidya, Kama, Karma, Janma, Marana Lakshanat, Mrityu Mukhat Pramuchyate. From the jaws of the death, he becomes free. The death, or from the scope of the death. Death which is in the form of ignorance, desire, action, result, birth, death, etc. Here we go. Look at the next mantra. Continues. Mantra number 16. Nachiketamubhakhyanam mrityu proktam sanatanam uktva shrutva cha medhavi brahmaloke mahiyate. Nachiketamupakyanam mrityu proktam sanatanam Uktva Shrutva Cha Medhavi Brahmaloke Mahiyate. Uktva Shrutva Cha Medhavi Brahmaloke Mahiyate. Idam Upakhyanam, these teachings, this dialogue. Which dialogue? Nachiketam Upakhyanam. So Nachiketam is an adjective to Upakhyanam. What is Nachiketam? This is a unique prayoga in Sanskrit. Sanskrit language itself has lots of elbow room to create your own words. So Sanskrit cannot be learned through dictionary. English you can learn. And with the Google dictionary you can learn the pronunciation also. English letters, some of them are silent. You can Google it out, the pronunciation learn, but not Sanskrit. Sanskrit you don't require Google pronunciation. There is another beauty. What the letter is, same way it is pronounced. It is not CUT cut and BUT put. Cut put should be there, na? Cut put. Or cut put cut, PUT put. The CUT should be what? Put. And if CUT cut, PUT should be what? Put. Nothing like that. If it is U, it is U only. What is written, that is spoken. This is a prayoga called Tadhyaya prayoga, which enhances the meaning of the word. Tad-hitam. What is Tad-hitam? Nachiketa. The original word is Nachiketa. You will never find word Nachiketa in dictionary. So Nachiketa means what? Exactly like Pandu, then Pandavaha, Raghu, then Raghavaha, Vasudeva. That's what the people. Vasudeva Sutam Deva. Vasudeva Sutam, you are talking Krishna's son. Vasudeva Sutam. Vasudevasya apatyam puman Vasudeva. The son of Vasudeva becomes Vasudeva. Raghuho, the Vamshaj, the person belonging to the lineage of Raghu becomes Raghava. It is not Rama. Everybody is Raghava. Lakshmana is Raghava, Bharata is Raghava, Dasharatha also is Raghava. Similarly, the son of Nachiketas can be called as Nachiketa, enhance the meaning. But now Nachiketam Upakhyanam. The teaching, the dialogue which was taught to Nachiketa. The dialogue which was spoken for Nachiketa. Or the knowledge that was gained by Nachiketas. In this we'll see later on. Nachiketa understands the whole blessed thing. So the knowledge or the dialogue which was understood by Nachiketa. So it is as Nachiketam Upakhyanam. Nachiketasa praptam gnanam nachiketam. Nachiketase uktam gnanam nachiketam. Knowledge told to Nachiketa or the knowledge gained by Nachiketa. Now Upakhyanam. Who told this? And it's a dialogue. It is called Mrityu Proktam Sanat. In English, there is a problem with English language. They don't have culture also. They don't have these words. There are 4 types of dialogues. No. Samvada, Vada, Jalpa, Vidana. Samvada is always between Guru Shishya. A dialogue where one is teaching and another is listening for learning is Samvada. In Samvada, other person has a freedom to say, has freedom to question. For what? For one's own better understanding, not doubting the teacher. You don't question to doubt the teacher, but you question to clear your understanding. people question also for different reasons, In the beginning, when I was young and I got this Shastra, I was so, my God, this is a wisdom, every Indian should have it. I was enthusiastic to talk and share. In the flight, I'm talking you of 80s, early 80s, mid 80s or later 80s, and then I had 2-3 explain the flight and the bus also. Those days flights were empty. Buses all, nobody traveled this much as people travel. So when they see a Swami young sitting, they will come down and start dialogue. Where are you from? What are you, Swamiji? What did you study? What is your guru? And ask one question. This enthusiastic Swami, Desh ko badal dalo Swami, will give detailed answer. After the flight lands or after the bus stops. Very nice. Thank you very much, Swami. Time pass ho gaya. आपने अच्छा आपके साथ बात करने से टाइम ठीक से पास हो गया. I am a time pass for what idiots. So the question in modern times can be for time pass also. That's not the question. In Samvada, student asks question to clear his or her understanding. Arjuna asked, but then he says, Katham etad vijaniyam. How come I see the fact of this statement? I am not able to see it. I see apparent contradiction. In Vada, there are dialogue between two equals, but there is intellectual honesty. This is very rare nowadays. People, this is very the pain I have. Whole Hindu tradition, we were very honest in cognitively, open for dialogue. Open for Satyam. When you have a Vada, there is Satyam. Vade jayate bodha. That's the Vakya. Now especially, and the highest was religious, spiritual field when people talked. Kumbh Melas, they sat and discussed. The whole Brahma Sutra is Purva Paksha Siddhanta. Question and answer, question and answer. Whole Bhashya is Purva Paksha Siddhanta. Now it is most sensitive. But Hindus have come down so much degradation, denigration. They have invested so much emotionally themselves. They are not open to listen anything about their belief. So many groups, so many gurus, and so many modern Bhagavats. There also there is a population growth in Bhagavan also, not only in India. So any Tom, Dick and Harry has become spiritual leader. He is talking nonsense. I can foo-foo it in 1 minute, but neither he nor his devotee is willing to listen. And the whole another problem is Hindus were always Shastra-centric. We believed in Shastra, not person. A country, it has to be constitutional-centric, not person-centric. However powerful the Prime Minister may be, you have to be constitutional-centric. So we have to be Shastra-centric, person-centric. So if you say something, they feel you are telling bad about their guru. People used to tell me, I was openly thrashing all these Purva-Pakshas. They said, you are very good, your teaching is good, your knowledge is good, but why censure somebody? Ninda kya? It is not Ninda. When you are searching for truth, you have to call a spade as a spade. This is the truth, this is not the truth, but there is no honesty. Anyway, Vada is honesty. And this Vitanda and Jalpa, these are such dialogues where there is absolutely zero honesty. No cognitive honesty. One fellow doesn't have any understanding, doesn't want to understand anything. He just wants to say, you are wrong. That is one. And second is, I am right, that fellow says, I am right. So that a classic example that I don't want to understand anything, I don't want to say anything, I only want to say that you are wrong. That is Rahul Gandhi syndrome. What a time. You are wrong, that's all. And two fellows are so insistent, I am right, I am right. They have some belief. Idiot doesn't have any belief, any knowledge. But to prove you are wrong, that's parliament. Here, Upakhyanam means samvada. Okay, it was a dialogue. Nachiketa had freedom to question. Question was made to clear his understanding. And who was the teacher? Mrityu Proktam. It was told by Yamaraja himself. What is the nature of dialogue? So there is another adjective for dialogue, Upakhyanam. One Nachiketam Upakhyanam, Sanatanam Upakhyanam. It is eternal dialogue. Then, so this is the mantra which glorifies the knowledge. And when you glorify the knowledgeable, you glorify knowledge. See, when you want to spread the knowledge, scientific temper you want to create in a society, you want to create a knowledge-based society, you don't create society by starting universities. You don't create by establishing colleges. You don't create by printing books and softwares and uploading on the Google and all that. You have to create knowledgeable person and protect. When the wise, knowledgeable is glorified, knowledge gets glorified. Vidya stutihi bhavati. Vidvan stutihi. When you praise a wise man, what is praised? And when that is praised, or when you protect the learned person, what is protected? Knowledge becomes protected. And then the knowledge is protected, it spreads in the society. So, this is a glory of wise person, meaning the glory of the knowledge. He says, Uktva Shrutva cha medhavi. Having told and having heard, medhavi means discriminative one. Sukshma darshin, one who has a subtle buddhi. Brahmaloke mahiyate, he is praised, or he or she is glorified in Brahmaloka. Okay, we'll explain all these words. This is the translation. This eternal knowledge or dialogue, which was taught to Nachiketa by none other than Yamaraja, this dialogue or this knowledge, having taught someone else and having heard someone, they both becomes glorified in Brahmaloka. So one who teaches also is glorified, and one who listens also is glorified. Where? No, not anywhere else, but in Brahmaloka. This is the glory of the knowledge. Now listen this. Why it is called Sanatana? Please understand. Even in fact, what goes by the name Hindu Dharma today, the real word is Sanatana Dharma. The real word is Vaidika Dharma. Because Vedas were ultimate, therefore, and people who followed Vedas, people who accepted Veda as a pramanam, they are called Vaidika. They lived that life. enjoined by Vedas and told by Vedas. They are Vedika or Sanatana. Sanatana means eternal. Why this is eternal? Two reasons. See, we have a story also. Let me talk some story today. This Bhagavad Purana, Matsya Avatar story is there. When Pralaya time came, the creation was from in this order. Akashat Vayu, Vayuhu Agni, Agni Rapa, Adbhya, Prithvi. And the reverse order is dissolution. The earth resolves into water, water into fire, fire into Vayu, Vayu into Akasha, Akasha into Maya, Prakriti. It goes into seed form. The first stage, it is not Mahapralaya. First stage, it is there. There was Prithvi was being submerged in water. The ocean, spade came. And suddenly the Matsya comes, Matsya Avatara. That fish, Bhagavan took avatar of fish and got all Saptarshis on board. And there is a mention, took Vedas also with it. That is Sanatana. Why Sanatana? You see, in this creation, there is no defect. It is perfect. You and I may not understand, but it is perfect. The birth of a baby from the womb onwards, growth and death, everything is so well planned. And if there is a problem, there is a solution in the creation also. Bhagavan gave you thirst. Bhagavan gave you hunger. In the kitchen of Bhagavan, the food is available for everybody. He creates that species in that place where that particular annam is produced. I often remember when I see the beauty, when I say this kitchen, my mother, she was Ayurvedic gold medalist those days, 90, 100 years ago. We were living in Baroda and I was the youngest. That was my job to fetch the vegetables. Indians buy daily fresh vegetables. And we were close by that Khandera market, vegetable market. So I used to buy. I used to ask her, what do I bring? She would say, whatever is available maximum. And whatever is cheapest, you buy. This was the thumb rule. सबसे सस्ता है और सबसे ज़्यादा मिलता है. And you learn, I want those days the jackfruit and all fruits were not available. Seasonal fruits are available. And which fruit? No, you buy only that is available. And I recently, by then I had learned an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So I used to ask, should I buy apple? Never bring apple. I never understood that. And once I argued, she told me, see, we are living here, yes. So in this atmosphere, what your body requires is created by Bhagavan. That's Ayurvedic principle. Eat what is available. You get all nourishment. You need not eat jackfruit and the dragon fruit, peach and all that. If banana and chiku is available, mango, but eat only that fruit. If this vegetable grows in abundance in this season, that means Bhagavan wants you to eat that vegetable. In other place, that will not grow. So, if you go to south, drumsticks are many. They have to eat drumstick. Southern people eat sambar only. Rasam, sambar, rice. Northern guys will sarson ka tel, makke ki roti or bengan ka bharta. They eat only that, Punjabis. And Gujjus have their own roti, chapati, dal, etc. But still, none of us have had any genetic deficiency. Punjabis are also healthy, we were also healthy, they were also healthy. So their body, what was required, grows there. Bhagavan has created. Even for the birds. What a crow requires in India grows in India. But I saw crows in Switzerland. I thought some old man must have died with Vasna of Switzerland. So must have gone there. And that too on those mountain peaks. You know why? Because Gujjus, those who went up, is something how we Indians are spread over, all over the world. This is power, what Modi says, population is more, is a strength, not a problem. Can you believe, when I came back, there was a samosa shop in Switzerland, in the Alps, hot samosas. You get this paratha, you get that in Alps. The Indians always carry some snacks, if they are vegetarian, they always carry. Jiva Daya is at the heart. So when they eat those chavana, bhabupa, all masalas, they throw, and there are crows. So every Indian village has a bird feeder. So they have created bird feeder on the Switzerland Alps also. In this speck white snow, they throw khakras and chavana and pakoda, and crows eat. Now I wonder, when 2 months people come, what would be the food for the crow? In those mountains, such a cold, there would not be any plantation. There must be something for the crow. Bhagavan has created for the crow to eat. The birds that are there, even in Amarnath you go, there are pigeons, they have some food. So in the kitchen of the Bhagavan, it is a la carte, not fixed thali. Not only through 2-3 dishes, if you have all kinds of dishes available. Eat whatever you want. Problem is given by Bhagavan, solution is also given. This fundamental problem that aham dukhi, not only dukhi, mahadukhi, Swamiji, you don't know me, how much better keep quiet. You don't create empathy in me. That is a fundamental problem. So at the beginning itself, Bhagavan gave the solution, that is our Upanishad and Gita. One more thing you should know, as a Hindu, as a student of Shastra, Hindu, everyone claims this is revelation from Bhagavan. Bible is revelation. Quran is Asmani Kitab. The book has come from heaven. And we also say, Rishayaha natu mantra kartaraha mantra drashtaraha. The Rishis got revelation. There is a hell of a difference between all of them. Most of the religion claim it is revealed by the God to our prophet or whatever. They have one or two, we have many rishis, that's the difference. It is revealed to many rishis. What is the difference? What was revealed or what is revealed to them is set of beliefs. There is heaven, there is hell, there is this. Believers only will go, faithful only will go, those will not go, like that. Dogmas. What is revealed in the Shastra is knowledge. Therefore it is called Veda, Vid Gnane. And when it is knowledge, it is available to be verified. Belief can be non-verifiable. You don't verify. And then I want to verify, I will go to heaven, and then once you gone, body will not be there. You can't verify it. Those beliefs, Shastra is a pramana. Therefore we say, Vedanto Nama Upanishad Pramana. Whole Veda is pramana. It's knowledge. You can verify yourself. Sadhana sadhya sambandha, karma karma phala is available for your knowledge, provided you are ready for it. That's a basic difference. So this knowledge was given. This knowledge was given to rishis at the beginning of creation, therefore Sanatana. And one who teaches and one who learns, Medhavi. The student always out of gratitude teaches to his or her student. That is why we have unbroken lineage of Guru Shishya Parampara. What you have today is the same thing what Shankaracharya ji had. And what he had then is the same thing what Vyasa had. Vyasa. And it's the same thing what Parashara or his father Parashara, his father Shakti, his father Vasishtha had it. Same knowledge is coming down. And therefore, they make it sure for teacher, teaching is nididhyasana. In a way, when you teach, you become clear. When you teach, abidance becomes easy. For a student, has to be what Medhavi. That Medhavi can go with both. Teacher also should be Medhavi. The teacher should know how to communicate. Being merely knowledgeable is not enough. One should have capacity to communicate. Teacher should be Brahmanishtaha and Shrotriya cha. More so with this knowledge. Otherwise, rather than removing ignorance and confusion, teacher may create more confusion. And that's what is happening today. Meditate and realize. Sir, and all kinds of things is going on. All gems and sauces are floating in the name of Indian spirituality. They translated Karma Yoga, act without expecting the result. This is nonsense. Krishna never said so. You cannot act without expectation. That I should act without expectation itself is expectation. How can you act without expectation? Even Krishna doesn't act without expectation. Because he himself asked in the 18th chapter, Kaschidetaye, did you hear properly? Did you listen? Did you get the knowledge? Arjuna said, got it. Then he stopped. Otherwise he would have continued in 19th chapter. So he has expectation. He asked him. All British, they gave to Indians, so the Indians don't expect. And then we bought it, and it's going on without studying Shastra, without studying Sanskrit. They keep blabbering. Yeah, that's a problem. So, teacher should know. Ashcharya Vakta, Ashcharya Gnata, Kushala Anushishtaha. Teachers should use the choicest of the words and should know what not to speak rather than what to speak. Which is the context that you have to build up and tell. That I tell everything is not necessary. So, Medhavi Brahmaloke Mahiyate. Brahmaloka means among those who are Brahmagnanis, they glorify. Nowadays people have their own self-certification. I am Jagat Guru so and so. But who made you Jagat Guru? Your driver? I am Maharishi so and so. The people who are wise, they glorify them. That is very important. And he concludes the section. Look at last. Yaimam paramam guhyam Shravayet Brahma Samsadi Prayata Shraddha Kaleva Tadanantyaya Kalpate Ye imam paramam guhyam shravayet brahma samsadi. Prayata shraddha kale va tadanantyaya kalpate. The Shruti concludes this teaching by further glorifying the knowledge, glorifying this Vidya. What is this Vidya? Paramam Guhyam Imam. This is secret. This is Paramam. This is the Parama Vidya. Paramam is what? That which gives you infinity. That is supreme, they translate. But Paramam Vidya means Paravidya. That which is the Vidya of Brahman. That which is the Vidya which leads you to Anantam. That Vidya. Shravayet Brahma Samsati. He recites before, he makes them listen. Before the Brahma Samsati, means before the assembly of Brahmanas. When also Prayataha Shraddha Kaleva, at the time of Shraddha, or at the time when the Jivatma is leaving the body, at the deathbed, Tada, and then thereby Anantyaya Kalpate, Yogyo Bhavati, that person becomes fit for moksha. That person who listens also becomes fit for moksha. Ananta Karma Phalaya. This is a praise of knowledge. So, if you don't have much understanding of the Shastra, if you don't have that subtle buddhi, if you don't have that pure mind, at least listen to Shastra. The same thing is told in Bhagavad Gita also. Krishna says in concluding, even if you don't understand, just repeat it. How come by mere repetition you get phalam? So, there are 4 krupas which one must gain. One is Guru Krupa, first is Ishwar Krupa. You gain the grace of Ishvara by which you get a Guru. What is Guru Krupa? Guru is willing to teach you. Just because you have a Guru, take mantra and go away, that's not Guru. That's Dakshina Krupa. Gurus take Dakshina, give mantra diksha and walk out. This is not Guru Krupa. Mantra diksha. Then third, Ishwar Krupa, Guru Krupa, Atma Krupa. Means your body, your mind should be friend to you. Bandhu. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu. Yamraja says in Kathopanishad also, Dhatu prasadat mahimanamas. They should grace you. It should be available to you for the pursuit of moksha. For a businessman, there is a deha krupa. All ailments will be there, but he will go and run for money. It is dhatu prasada. Here it is for moksha. And last one is Shastra Krupa. Shastra Krupa means the words should speak to you. The moment you see, you should be able to see through and through the meaning of it. The Shruti should sit in your Hridayam. Shastra should sit in my Hridayam. I should fall in love with the Shastra. Fall in love with the knowledge. That is Shastra Krupa. And the Shastra Krupa is earned by recitation also. Keep repeating. Keep reciting. Even if you don't understand. If you recite, then there is a Shastra Krupa that you will get a Guru who can unfold the meaning of the Shastras. The Guru should be the one who is Shastra Hridayagna. Should know the heart of it. Know the essence of it, not few words here and there. People keep blabbering, Tasman Yogi Bhava Arjuna. Krishna says you be yogi. This is nonsense. I told you, the word yogi is used in Bhagavad Gita itself, in the 6th chapter itself, in 5 different meanings. And whole Gita has a different meaning. Depends on the context. They blabber, Yogi Bhavarjana, he knows Gita. That doesn't know Gita. You should know Upakrama, Upasamhara, Abhyasa, Pura, Tatparya Nishya should be clear. That comes by Shastra. And that comes by recitation. So, Bhagavan says, even if one listens to this Shastra, he becomes free from moksha. And this Vedic mantras, they are mantras. This is not slokas. Mananat trayate iti mantra. Mere recitation of Vedic mantras gives you Antakarana Shuddhi. It purifies you. Therefore, there is a value for Vedic chanting. If you do this chanting, it gives Antakarana Shuddhi. Thereby you qualify for self-knowledge. And this will bring teacher to you. This will bring opportunity to study. And still you continue while studying, you will see the heart. There you can become. That is Shastra Kripa. So by recitation, one gets that. Okay, that's what Shruti says. Iti Kathopanishadi Prasamadhyaye Tritiya Valli Iti Kathopanishadi Prasamadhyaye Tritiya Valli Samapta. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. We meet at 11:45.